Okay. So we gonna go in this on this side. Is
Okay.
that cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Come on. Ooh. I kind of want to finish my makeup, but also talk about the challenges. Should I sit here? This is a bad place. I kind of want to talk about, So I feel like there are challenges that come along with elevation, grievances that come along with sometimes living your dream, moving up, moving ahead, that sometimes we're afraid to talk about for looking or seeming ungrateful. But hi, I'm Jazmin, and I like to talk about those things. Um, so I feel like when I think of the process of elevation, I think of a pyramid, right? At the bottom of the pyramid, it's a party, everybody's there. There's a level of comfort there. There are opportunities there. And those opportunities may not be like the highest caliber of opportunities, but it's opportunity, and the reason why it's crowded with people is because it doesn't require as much skill, professionalism, and so everybody's there, and you become accustomed to being on that level. You become accustomed to being with all your friends while you're working and all of those great things. But as your mindset begins to shift and you start thinking, okay, I want more for myself, like I want to do more, I want to be more, and you level up, you have to leave the level that you're on. You have to leave the party to take a step up. And one thing that we really don't talk about a lot is the fact that when you step up, when you move up from one level to the next, you leave a space open on the level that you're on. And somebody has to fill that space. You cannot get jealous of the person that comes in and fills the space at the level that you've been elevated from. You have to be okay with somebody stepping into that spot, and sometimes they do that job that you were doing and they may do it better. They may be better for that job or better for that position at this time. And sometimes the reason that they're better is because they had people like you to look at. They were inspired by people like you, and now they know how to take what you did, tweak it, and make it even better, And so you have to be okay with not being envious, when somebody steps into that place that you once had. Then once you shift your mindset again and you elevate again, you start to feel a lot more lonely. You start to realize this is a lot more responsibility than just fun. You can miss where you were and know that you're not still supposed to be there at the same time. And that's hard. Like, you can literally grieve that era of your life. You can grieve the position that you once had, and you know that you're supposed to have moved forward, I don't know, we just don't talk about that. We don't talk about the grieving process that can come with leveling up. We don't talk about, we talk about the sacrifices and putting the work in and all the professionalism and stuff like that. Like, I talk about that, but it can hurt sometimes the higher up you go, and the investment that it takes, the sacrifice that it takes. Another thing that I'm experiencing is having to invest in the knowledge and the wisdom that it takes to be able to thrive at and on this level. I once could ask my parents for advice when it came to, working, and when it came to just different adult life type of things. But although my parents have done very well, they're both bosses in their respects, they're not entrepreneurs. So there are certain things that they can teach me, and there are certain things that they can't because they don't have this experience, which means I now have to invest in mentorship, in education, and that can become very expensive, but that's the price for being at a specific level, and everybody won't be able to go there. So it gets lonely, it gets tiring, it gets lonely. You miss more time with your family. I don't get to be at every birthday event. I don't get to be, sometimes we miss funerals doing what we do. Sometimes, it's hard, and it can take a toll on your mind, but it's a part of the journey, and it's a part of elevation. It's a part of moving, and the higher up you go, the colder it gets, the more lonely it can become. And so people don't talk about that. People see the lights, the camera, the action, and it's fun. I love what I do. I love it. But it comes with its own challenges. It comes with sacrifices. It comes with a lot of things and a lot of work that people are not really willing to put in at the end of the day. They just want the results. But you got to be willing to put in the work to get to where you want to. And I believe it's worth it. I believe that I'm called to do what I'm doing, and I believe it's worth it. But it's not easy. It's not cheap. This is different. Like where I am now, not just being a background singer, but also being a brand, also being a person that I know that people are watching very closely, also being a person that I know, like even coming up, I would have women tell me, well, I'm telling my daughter to follow you. I'm telling her to do what you do. And what are you saying? Like, I don't always get it right. I have gotten it so wrong so many times, and you're telling your children to look. I'm still figuring it out, but there's a lot of responsibility the higher up you go. And it's like, I still want to live my life. I still want to be free and do what I want to do, so you have to kind of tame it a little bit. And I pray to make sure I'm in the right place, doing the right things. And, but this is not a walk in the park. It's just worth it. Okay, I'm done. Done. Help me pick my lip color. How we doing? We doing red today?